On today's episode of Wrong Side, we are back in studio to go over the 4th of July holiday and my trip up to the Great White North. We'll overview all of the sports with football back this month and NBA trades heating up already. Clutch moment of the week brought to you by Shore Metals and Outside the Line, including a big announcement for the future of Wrong Side. In a world full of champions, we find ourselves on the wrong side.
Welcome back, Wrongsiders. Happy Wrong Side Wednesday. Today is July 9th. We're back. We're back at work. July 4th is over. Joey's back from Canada. Gonna talk some recap of the holiday. Gonna talk some sports. Gonna have some good clutch moments. I know Joey's got a lot of outside the line comments for us and a big announcement at the end of the episode. So stay tuned for that. We're back. 2 weeks ago was Jake and I. Took the last week off for the holiday, but Joey's back from his trip. Before we dive into July 4th, let's hear how that was. Went to see the 51st state. How did that go? How was it? What did you do?
Canada's good stuff, eh? We took it all up there. A lot of fishing, a lot of bears, eh? Couple 2-3 beers a night. It was a good time. It was fun. There was a group of us that were going up there. My bad Canadian accent did not get better in the week we were up there. But a great way to get away, unplug, little R&R. So my buddy Jake, his family has had a place up in Canada for basically his whole life. I think his grandparents got it. And it's like a 12-hour drive. One thing about Midwesterners is we love a road trip. The further drive, the better. We got in the car on Monday. So we had my cousin's wedding on Saturday, which was awesome. Sunday took the day. Monday got in the car at about 5 in the morning with Kyle and then our friends Charlie and Nikki too. 12-hour drive up to Canada. The way there was not bad at all. You pretty much go straight up to Duluth over the border. I was the spokesperson driving over the border and smooth sailing.
Nice.
I had done it a couple times before. It was my third time going up there with Jake, but the first time there was like this many of our friends up there, which was awesome. They have a boat. They're on a very quiet lake, a very big lake system. So we try and do a lot of fishing. But one thing about me, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the pod before, but I am a mush when it comes to fishing. I don't know what it is. I am not a big fisherman to begin with, so I was never going to walk around like I'm the man when it comes to fishing. But when Jake and his family go up there, they usually go up for a week and plan on eating like 2 to 3 days of the fish that they catch. They catch it, they kill it, they cut it up, they eat it. And the 3 times I've been up there, one time it was his whole family and my whole family. Another time it was me and one other friend and Jake and his dad. And this time there was like the 5 of us and Jake's dad was up there too. And I have just never caught. They catch walleye in this lake, and we eat the walleye. I don't think I've ever caught a keeper walleye. I caught a couple other fish, less good for eating, but we've done it there. We've went fishing in Wisconsin. We've went fishing in Florida. There was one time we went out with Jake and our friend Matt again with a guide, and I was reeling in fish all day. Like I think I used all of my fishing luck this one day in Florida, and it hasn't happened since. So Canada, it wasn't as much about the fishing as it was about sitting in the boat. But the weather was great. We messed around a lot of basically no service up there where we were in Canada. The closest airport is like 4 hours away. So it's not like we were driving straight up to Toronto and could easily fly there. So that's why we drove. But great weather, great hangs, and then a tough 13 and a half hour drive home through traffic and weather. And that part was rough, but that was heading straight into the week of July 4th. So I've been kind of on a heater, couple short weeks at work, and now we're back to reality. So starting to feel that a little bit, but it was a good trip.
Did you guys leave that Saturday or Sunday to come back? Did you roll right home, go clean up, go to bed, and go right to work the next day? Or
pretty much. It was Sunday. We went to Maddie's grandparents as soon as we got back, and it was like, oh wow, man! All I want to do is sit at home. But they had food out. The family was hanging out. We went there. It was chill. It was honestly a good way to kind of get back in. But then we started laundry and everything. I'm a big unpack first guy.
Same. When we get back, grab food. My family at least is big, grab food on the way home, eat dinner, and go home unpack. I feel like Meg is not the unpack first guy. So we've been we got home from the wedding and I unpacked. I was like, let's get go. And she's like, okay, we'll do it in the morning. I'm like, no, we're going to do it now. It'll feel so much better tomorrow. And we have to actually do stuff. But that's good. Okay. Yeah. The drive into work into family, into work is tough because that's like there's no real break. Like you're just kind of go go go. But then that's good. And then you guys were just purely like at a cabin, like no Toronto, no nothing. Didn't like explore any of the actual city, right? You were just
It was near Dryden, which is like I think it's like 2.5 or 3.5 hours east or west of Winnipeg. So there's not much city to explore. Like the closest like
okay.
serviceable bar would be a Canadian redneck bar like 45 minutes away. So there's like a little like bait shop and grocery store, and we hung out, we played cards. Like they have
Pizza.
TV, so the TV, yeah, pizza a little bit.
Huh?
Not that many. I think there were 3 frozen pizzas consumed that week, and that was when we were all eating at the end of the week. So not as much pizza as one would think. But yeah, a lot of chilling out.
No, that's good. Yeah, it's good. A little like relaxing, like cabin vibes, and like got to take the week off, and like yeah, a short week from work, and then again now it's like July 4th's over, so like now it's like the corporate America wait till what is it, Labor Day,
Yeah.
in September. So like there's that. Luckily 3 day weekend, like right when the football season starts. But yeah, you have like Labor Day, and then after Labor Day, it's just like all right, Thanksgiving. You just wait. After the July 4th, I feel like from like May to July, like to May to May to Labor Day is like, oh, there's a lot of stuff going on, days off. But then it's like we're in the thick of it now. But that's
Yep,
good.
very much.
Fun trip back home now, relaxing. All is well there. That's good. And got to come home. Worked for a couple days. Obviously, PwC was off, so I was off this week at my firm. But what was the 4th like? Suburban life, not in Wrigleyville anymore.
Yes.
Obviously, what'd you do? Did you like it? I'll talk about Boston too, but let you go first.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great American suburban 4th of July. It again, Maddie and I live like 20 minutes away from where we grew up, so we're familiar with how it kind of goes around here. It wasn't necessarily like a new experience, but it was pretty chill. Got let out a little early on Thursday, went golfing with the boys. Friday we were going to go on a boat, but Midwestern weather is unpredictable, so we got rained out in the morning, but then
Classic.
the night ended up doing good. So we went to our other friend's house. They got a pool, they got a grill outside, and we did that for the remainder of the day. So nothing crazy. We're able to see some like neighboring houses and towns fireworks. We didn't have any this year. We usually have a couple, but everybody does just like a couple. So we saw some shows nearby. But yeah, it was very chill suburban 4th of July. You were kind of switched up being in the big city of Boston now. I feel like they should throw on a pretty good 4th of July. So what'd you get up to?
Yeah, it was a busy week. Very different. You're right. The last 2 years, I want to say the last 2 years, like after college, for July 4th, I'd go down to Newport, and like Newport's fine. Like I've spoke my piece. I feel like on this pod about Newport in the past. Like, I'm just not a big fan of it, and like I've done 2 different Newport experiences. The last 2 4th of Julys. One was like we went to bars. Another was like we had a friend who had a house down there, so like we drank. We their parents grilled out. They had parents like their friends over, and like you just come home in the afternoon. But like the thing with the 4th is like, especially in Newport, like you're not only are you like committing for the day to be down there, but like you almost have to like have a place to stay for the 4th.
Was this
So like
you said you were in like standstill traffic for like 2+ hours on the way back last year or something?
yeah, it was like an hour. We still left like on the 5th. We left at like we left because we stayed down there last year. It was like, but the 5th we got up like I was like, all right, let's get up early, like 6:37. Like it's gonna suck to get up. Like let's just get up and get out of here.
Yeah.
And like even 7 o'clock, like my house is a 20-minute drive from the beach. It was like an hour. And I was like,
Wow.
oh my God, like just get me home. Like just get me home. But so yeah, so for the 4th to be successful in Newport, I think either A, you have to have a friend where you're staying down there, or B, like you just commit to being down there like all day, and then you maybe like I have not done this, but like I have friends that have walked like 15 minutes from like the bars to like a neighborhood, like a far neighborhood, and you just catch an Uber there and like take like this complete back road of streets to get home, which is not terrible because like if you want to go home, like that's the way you do it. But this year, different. I was off. I had a friend come and visit this past week. I played club baseball with him, one of my really good friends, one of my best friends from baseball. Awesome time. Went to 2 Red Sox games this week. Tuesday's game we went to got rained out after the 3rd inning, so Wednesday was like all day at Fenway, doubleheader. So that was
Nice.
fun. We went around the city, we walked around, and it was kind of funny because like he came in late Monday night, and I was like doing some stuff around the city on Monday, just like running errands for Meg, doing some grocery shopping, like just doing stuff. And Tuesday we were out walking around the city, and Wednesday we were out. But then Thursday came, and like the city just became like packed, like. And I've been to Boston, and I think when we came, it was Boston and Cape Cod. I think it was for the 4th 3 years ago.
Hmm.
So it was packed, and like you saw it, like the tourist groups were out, people were out. We're 249 right now for America. Next year's 250. So like a lot of the stuff that's before like July 4th, like 76, like the beginning of it, a lot of it started in Boston. So like the Paul Revere area was
Right.
busy.
Yeah.
Like, so everything like that started in 75, like it's busy. So it's like 250 for a lot of Boston stuff. And then next year, everyone's saying is going to be like a crazy July 4th for like 250 in Boston. Everyone's saying
Yeah.
it's going to be like insane vibes, but it was good. I did not partake. A, because I don't know someone. B, because it was going to take hours to get there, and I don't have a car. I did not partake in Cape Cod summer. I saw some videos though on TikTok and my Instagram of like Cape Cod bars and like Cape Cod beaches, and the lines to get in everywhere was crazy. And I think Cape Cod is almost like very similar to a Newport Celebration. Like obviously it is the beach town, well off area, but not only that,
Yeah.
like I don't think people, because like you're about a 2.5 hour, 3 hour drive to Cape Cod from the city.
Okay.
So like I think it's like 2.5 hours. So you kind of have to be going to either A, stay at someone's house, B, have a place down there, C, rent a hotel, which is obviously super expensive this time of year. So we did not partake in that, but we walked around. I woke up in the morning, Meg got back from work. We saw her. She slept for a little bit to rest for the night. And then my buddy and I grabbed some lunch. We walked around the city a little bit, and then we got home, changed, hung out here. And then we went out to a bar. Like we took the ferry from like Boston just across the water to like this. It's called Tall Ship. Very cool, like outdoor bar with like a ship attached to it. And like you saw like it was almost like we saw the, not almost like it was like from our spot, since we were like across the water, you saw like the entire city skyline.
That's awesome.
And you saw like the fireworks going off in the city, and like you saw the fireworks going off in the neighborhood. So that was kind of cool. Weather was perfect. Like probably one of the better days we've had since we've been here, because it's been hot, or like
It's been
sticky.
so hot. It's been crazy.
It was just a really nice, like when like 6:30, 7 o'clock came around, like it was a little breeze came through, and then it wasn't too cold at night, like just a perfect night. We got to the bar, I'd say around like 5:45, walked right in, and we were there for like half an hour, like went to get another drink. And we like, one of Meg's friends was like, oh, we're about to be home from work. I might come out there, like meet you guys out there. And we looked down, and like the line was like, it was exactly what I was talking about. Like a line like that, like way down, wrapped around. And like, we were hanging out in this one area, and me, Meg, myself, and one of her friends' boyfriends, we were like, let's pick someone out in line and like track them to see how fast this line's going to tell the person. Yeah. So they're like, and it was so funny because they were like, let's pick out those 2 guys in like the all black. I'm like, every fucking guy is wearing all black. We got to pick something that's like memorable to help us. So they're like, okay, how about those guys? Like 2 white hats, and they're with a girl in a red dress. It was like perfect. So we like tracked them. It was like 40-minute line. They weren't even like at the back. Like they were like 3/4 to the way. So like probably an hour wait. Like we just like drank, hung out there. We stayed in one spot. It was totally fine. Went home. Really fun 4th. My buddy left yesterday and just relaxed with Meg. We saw some friends, and back to work tomorrow. New client, busy season starts, so we're gonna hit the ground running the next month. That's okay though. I'm accepting busy season because I'm okay being inside every day and not spending money. So I'm excited for that.
That the summer has been hitting the wallet hard, but sounds like it was a good 4th of July. I may have to pencil in the visit to Boston to be 250 4th of July in Boston. Does sound pretty fun. So
yeah,
that is good stuff.
No, it's going to be fun. Excited. Yeah, it's been a good time. Been a good time. We're officially like, especially now that Meg's working and stuff, like it's not a perfect routine yet because she's on nights. So that's
how is that with the 2 of you? I know, not like routines are hard, and I can't even think
Yeah.
of trying to do things on nights when you're obviously like in one bedroom together. So what's kind of I feel like we haven't really dove into that. What's that been like?
Yeah. It was definitely something because the first, so we like went on, I've been calling it my vacation this year. My vacation was me moving.
Yeah.
And like, so we had the 2 weeks for the vacation. And then I went back to work that like 16th, whatever that Monday was. And in that first week, she wasn't working the first week. She was at orientation. She was regular hours, like started
Yep.
at 9 every day, or maybe she started at the hospital earlier, 6, 7, 8, like around then, one depending on the day. But like getting home around 5, 6 o'clock, like nothing crazy. Like it was like a normal day. Obviously, her days were going to be longer on nights, but like a normal schedule for both of us. We were both at work. We both came home, yada yada yada. But then she started on nights, and obviously I just like went about my business with regular work. So it's been 2 weeks now. 1 week of the 2 weeks I was working. The second week, obviously, I was off. But it's been definitely interesting. I walked with her today. We were walking towards the hospital. She was meeting a friend for coffee before work started, and we like split off at the end. Like I was gonna go run a return, and she went to coffee with her friend that was walking with us, who's also a resident. And she was like, her friend was like, well, she'll see you tomorrow. I was like, I'll see you Saturday. Cause like literally Saturday is like when like Friday night is like when I see her for real. Like
Yeah.
she'll get home tomorrow morning, Monday morning at like 8:30, 8:45. I'll be already up, like ready to start my day. I'll probably be already at my desk starting to work. And then I work all day. And luckily now that it's past July 1st, so I'm officially a Boston employee now. Like I'm done with my California team. So like I wasn't, because I was staying up later because it wasn't busy season, but I was just staying up because I had to finish stuff on my other teams. But I had that, and then I was like, so I was staying up, but I was working, and basically like how it was working was like I was cooking dinner, I was doing all that stuff, but I kind of had to like, the days I was working from home was interesting because like I kind of had to like stop what I was doing around like 4-ish.
Yep. So dinner's ready before she's got to go.
So dinner's ready before she go, and then I would make dinner for her, make dinner for me, and whatever we were making, I would make like 3. Because the last week I was working, I was in the office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so like I wasn't home for those days. So what I was basically doing was like I was cooking dinners that night for the next day for her. So like that Sunday, I cooked dinners. So like I cooked dinner tonight. We had like tacos, rice, again, Mexican food I cooked. And then like we have an extra round of it for tomorrow. That's going to be her dinner tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to make dinner for myself for tomorrow. And it's going to be hers on Tuesday. So like everything is like one day in advance. And then like last week when I was at the office, I like went to grab drinks and dinner with some coworkers. And then I got home late. So I didn't really I wasn't hungry. So like, but she needed food. So I made dinner that night when I got home like late. So I made dinner for her for the next day. And like been doing laundry and cleaning. Definitely I always give it to her, but I always say now I'm, like officially now it's just me and her, but definitely always give my mom the respect for always doing everything and being like so on top of it. I always do, but like, especially now, like when I'm doing every little chore in the house, I'm like, and like, there's no little kid around to help me even like clean. And like, so it's definitely been a process. I see her for about 10 minutes when I wake up because she like wants to go right to bed, and I see her for about 15 minutes when she's getting ready to go the next day. And then Friday nights have been like we hang out a little, but the last 2 weekends it was funny because she's just like it's nothing against her, she's just tired, like she's and
For
she like
sure.
hasn't been. And the worst part is like obviously like you don't like, she was always like when she was in med school and she'd work long hours, like she'd work long hours, but she'd be like, oh, I don't feel well. It would come in like waves. She doesn't feel well. But like the last 2 weeks, she's been like tired, achy, like just doesn't feel great. Like just feels like sick, congested. And I was like, dude, like you're not living a normal human's life. Like you're not eating the right amount. You're not sleeping the right amount. Your schedule's all the way off. Like that's like the problem. Like it's nothing against that. So like yesterday we ran errands after lunch and like came home and just relaxed the whole day, like watched a movie. And we were walking back from the grocery store. She's like, what did we do last Saturday? Were we busy? I was like, no, we did the same thing. Like we did the same thing. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Cause I think like she kind of feels bad too. Cause like, it's like she wants to hang out, but like she's tired.
Right.
But I told her, I was like, it's like totally fine. Like, it's like, what am I going to do? Like complain that you're like not.
We knew what we were
like,
signing up for, right?
Yeah, right. Like you knew you were signing up for, but it was just like, it's just kind of funny now that we're in it. And now that I'm going to be in busy season, it's definitely going to be a little tougher, I think, especially when I'm at the office days, because like I'll be getting home a little later. So I might have to just get up. Maybe I'll do that when I'll get up before work, instead of like cooking. Like I don't really eat breakfast, but maybe I'll
Me
just like
neither.
cook dinner. I'll cook dinner at 8 a.m, and then it'll be there for the next. I'll have to figure out a new strategy, because I'll be at the office a lot more. So I don't really know what she's gonna do. So like I have to figure out a new strategy this week. Maybe, and like you can only meal prep so much. Like there's
Maddie likes to
like
meal prep. She'd do that for lunches a lot because she'd be out late with like soccer and stuff and has grad school. So doesn't
sure.
always have time. So she would do like a full week of lunches at a time. And she liked doing that, but I see how people can like very easily get tired of that too, especially for like
Yeah,
dinner.
and she was saying like Meg has done like in med school. I feel like she did like a little more meal prep, not like perfect meal prep where you're like, okay, Sunday I'm gonna cook food for like, but she's gonna make like a whole pot of pasta, a whole bag of pasta, and sauce, and then she'll like break it up into things, and she'll have that. But
Yep.
then but she was like, it would just suck because like Wednesday rolls around, and she's like, ugh, like pasta again. Like this is the seventh meal straight, on Wednesday night, like.
Yep.
Because she's like, I'll eat it Sunday and I'll eat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll eat a meal. So I'm like a seventh straight meal of pasta, and like definitely not good for you. Like definitely not like great for your health. So there's like that part of it. So yeah, so it's definitely been adjusted. We're definitely in a little routine. The last week, even though I was off, it still felt like we were in a good routine. It was tough last week though, because I was off. My buddy was here, which was good, but usually like the days I work from home are tough, because like it's just me in here. I kind of have to keep the door closed. My calls are going on, like stuff like
She's
that. So
asleep.
like it's
Like during the
she's
during the day.
asleep. So
Yeah, that's hard
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
so she's up, and then like it's almost like I'm not like gonna go to the office every day, but like it's almost better when I'm at the office for her, because like especially when I'm on calls, like she has miso,
Mhm.
and miso can like go like when the doors like when she goes to bed and like I'm not here, the door like for the bedroom is just cracked open. Miso can come and go as she pleases. But like when I'm home working, like and I have calls, like the door's closed. So like Miso is stuck in there because she wants to lay in bed with Meg. So like yeah, so we're definitely finally. I feel like we're definitely catching a little rhythm now, though.
Yeah.
Like we're definitely catching rhythm. But it took about a week and a half for us, like while she was working. Like, oh man, what a life we're living.
That's very fair. The routine in the completely other way. Maddie was in school for like the 2 weeks when we first moved in together, and then she's been on summer vacation. She was off this week. Like she's
Right.
like, yeah. So I definitely don't envy the situation you're in, but I know that you guys are making it work. You're finding a way to have a routine, and that's awesome. So I'm glad it sounds like it's going well so far. The fourth was a good time, and yeah, you're a
Yep.
full time Boston man now.
Full time Boston man. Would love to get an accent. We'll see. We shall see. But Boston living good. July 4th good. Vacation's good. Not a whole lot, I'd say, going on in the sports world. So we're gonna
No.
call this segment National Sports Podcast. We'll steal it. Hopefully, it's not copyrighted by PMT, but we'll steal that for this title. Sports have still been going on. Baseball, obviously, we have All Stars now. NBA, the draft happened. The trades. I feel like we got kind of bamboozled by Shams. Like he was like, "Oh, it's going to be one of the craziest off seasons of all time,"
It's
and
still early, but I agree.
it's still early. But there's not much out there. Like especially as a Laker fan looking at the free agent market, there's not a ton out there left. Like there's not like a ton of players. So like it's not like a crazy one. I mean, obviously the KD trade is big. Whenever he gets traded, I feel like people just like, "Oh, it's big off season," but yeah, I mean, there's been basketball going on, some trade deadlines, summer league's about to start. The rookie, I mean, it's crazy. The rookies like already go into it. Like it's so fast. The NBA
Yeah.
moves at like such a different speed. I feel like in their off season, like NBA finals, draft, free agency, summer league, like within 2 weeks. Like the Thunder just won. Like the Thunder just won the title. So kind of crazy. Any thoughts around the NBA so far?
Well, did DeAndre Ayton actually sign with the Lakers?
Official, yeah. Well, actually, I take that back. He did officially, but the Lakers haven't posted anything about their signings, which I don't know why. Because I
I
think
need your.
today, I think you can sign June 30th, but there's like a rule where like not a rule, I guess, but like they don't officially sign. I think till this Sunday, like today, like till
Okay.
today. And like, because like the Cavs, for example, I saw the Cavs posted like all their signings trades, like Lonzo, Sam Merrill, Larry Nance, like all the people were posted today, but like the Lakers haven't posted anything, and I don't know why, but because like they were posting today about the summer league game they played, so I don't really know what's going on. But the Lakers did sign DeAndre Ayton, and they signed the Jake.
I
Whatever
hate
his name is.
DeAndre Ayton. I hate
I don't
DeAndre
really know
Ayton.
why
I
they
don't
signed the
think
other
it's going
kid.
to be a good fit. I hate DeAndre Ayton. We should actually probably lead with LeBron. LeBron is in the news.
Okay.
I don't even know if this is probably what LeBron wants to be only discussed to be discussed during the offseason, but LeBron picks up his player option of like 53, 54 million, I think it was. Could have very easy so he picks up that money while also saying that he wants to be with a championship contender in his final years of playing, however long that may be, we do not know for sure. So and again, like athletes, they take their money, they take care of their family. Like there's that whole argument of things for sure. But LeBron making as much money as he had and having as much success during his career as he has had, you'd think at this point in the career, it would make more sense to probably take a pay cut, sign like the 1 or 2 year deal that you want for a reasonable amount of money. Like LeBron is obviously still he's still a top player.
Yeah, he was second team All NBA. Like he's still like, and that's before I let you continue, I will say like the money thing is like, you're right. We're looking at it from like you're older. If you want that ring, you should maybe do it. You have the money, but LeBron is not a player where I would say does not deserve the money. There's a lot of people in the NBA where I believe they don't deserve $50 million.
1,000% correct.
Like he like I also want to put that out there that he does deserve the 50 million. He's not a player where it's like, well, like, and look, I love the guy to death. One of my arguably my favorite player of my life. Like, love Kobe, but like Kobe was getting the 30-40 million at the end, and like Kobe was not a $30-40 million player.
Sure.
So like there's that part of it where it was like you have players like that all the time. Bradley Beal, I think he's still offered like 101 million over 2 years. The Suns are trying to buy him out and like stretch his contract.
Oh yeah,
I
that
don't
one's
think
bad.
Bradley Beal is even worth even close to $50 million. So there's like that part where it's like I totally would agree if he wasn't worth the money. If LeBron averaged 10, 10, and 10 or 10, 3, and 4 last year, let's say, not 10, 10, 10, 10, 3, and 4, and was like injured and like wasn't great, I'd be the first to say, like, why is he, like, yeah, he's going to accept it because he wants the money. He doesn't deserve that money. But second team All-NBA, deserves the money. There. So that let me get that statement out there.
Sure. And of course, this was also part of everyone's still, this is under contract. So it's not like he's doing anything wrong in this. But at the same time, if you're barking up the tree of, we need a center, we need to be a championship contender, and maybe that's going to be somewhere else. Maybe he's back to Cleveland. Who, like, I don't know where it makes sense, because on the flip side, it just doesn't make sense. It's another LeBron moment that is kind of trying to have your cake and eat it too. There's no team that's going to trade for a 40-year-old star on an expiring deal who's going to try and demand, like, there's still a LeBron tax. Like, yes, he is still worth that money, but there is still a LeBron tax if you're going to trade for him. He is still 40 years old. So DeAndre Ayton, I think will not be a good fit. If you have I don't think there's a culture problem on the Lakers by any means, but if the question mark around Luka is his like work ethic and like effort levels, I think DeAndre Ayton is probably the worst player to put him up next to. So he physically the whole time he's been physically talented. He's come up short. I was a huge fan of his when he was on the Suns early when they made that finals run, but like he would just time and time again like proves that he does not, like, he missed a game when he was in Portland because the roads were icy. Like, it makes no sense. I don't know, like, aside from like how much money they're paying him, I just like don't love him as a player. What's Lakers' plan? What's going to happen with LeBron? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Like, the unfortunate truth about the Lakers right now is they not in a bad way. Like, this is going to come off sounding so poorly, but like they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place between pleasing LeBron and building for the future of Luka. And very rarely, I mean, like maybe ever, like, has there ever been a player or a team in this situation where you have a 40-year-old top 10 player and you also have a 27-year-old top 10 player? Very rarely, because A, you're never really a top 10 player at 40, and B, what idiot trades a 27-year-old in the heat of his prime to the Lakers? And, Rob Pelinka gets a lot of like flowers for that trade. But Rob has not been great outside of that move. Outside of the Nico Harrison mistake, Rob has never been the guy to be like, oh wow, what a move. Like I will give Rob the entire credit of, I don't know if it's him or who he hires, but the scouting department always does a good job. They draft very well. They always do. Somehow, some way, like luck always comes into play of it a little. Like, but there's like, like Dalton Knecht falling to 17. He was not at 17 at a mock draft. So there's like that part of it where it's like there was some luck there, but they got Dalton Knecht, which I think was a great pick. Then you also have like he drafted Alex Caruso, or he signed Alex Caruso in the second round or whatever. Like Reeves, undrafted, Zubac, he was a second rounder. Like those guys were Lakers. Those were not household names when they were at like the Lakers. Like so they do the right thing. So he's good at drafting, but the unfortunate truth is since they've had LeBron and they were. The core never got to that next level like Oklahoma City did. But when they had that core, when they were building that core with LeBron, like that first year with LeBron, they're first in the West with Lonzo and those guys. They're first in the West. And then he gets hurt. Then LeBron gets hurt and they miss the playoffs and they trade everybody away for AD. So there's like, and they've been on the LeBron course his entire Laker tenure. It's been the LeBron show, which is totally fine. Every team just deals with it. And, we don't have future first round picks. We don't have future second round picks. We don't have role players because we've had Russ, we've had AD, we've had guys that were big contracts. So you've gone through the cycle of the LeBron life, But now, like, Rob Pelinka, unfortunately, is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like he's not pleasing the LeBron fans and LeBron camp by not trying to get LeBron help to win a ring. And he's not pleasing the people who are like, just cut bait with him. Let Luka just run this team because the plan is for Luka to be the guy, obviously, and LeBron's expiring contract. Like Rob said, he's like, we're looking for 2026 offseason. Like that's our goal. Like there's some big names on the market next year. That's when we're going to pair someone with Luka. That's what we're looking forward to. And it's like tough because you don't want to be the GM that like, and who knows what's going to happen with the Lakers. I don't even know if we talked about it in the last episode. I think we did. I don't know if we did, but like Lakers just sold. So like Jeannie Buss is gone come the fall. Like, she's going to be the governor. She's going to be the governor, but they sold to the Dodgers owner for $10 billion, which is an absurd number. But the worst part was they were like, I saw that they were like, they're not going to take control of this team till the season starts. So that's like a full off season of no new owners. So then it's like, okay, like what are we going to do? So like, yeah, so like they're not the owners till the season starts. I think I saw. Like I saw it was like the sale is going to go through. The tweet I saw was like Q3, Q4. They don't know when they don't know when the sale is going to go through. So Jeannie is staying on as governor no matter what. But like Rob's job, the scouting department, Kurt Rambis, he gets a lot of hate as being part of the ownership group. So like we're not going to have new owners till next offseason, but that's okay because next offseason there's the guy there. At the end of the day, I'm okay paying LeBron. Pay LeBron, deserves some money. I'm glad it's Ayton in a way of I'm glad they just signed Ayton. I'm glad they didn't trade 4 different players for someone good, like, or whatever. But then it's like, now we have no bench. Now we're going to do the whole big 3. Like, again, like, we've talked about it as the playoffs, as the past year happened. Like, the league very quickly, even the last 2-3 championships, the league has slowly shifted away from stars. Like, not stars, like there are stars, but like the Oklahoma City has SGA and then they're a very good team. Like, I'm pretty sure
Pacers are a perfect example too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Alex Caruso, I think made like an all defensive team. He's a bench player.
Yep.
So like when you have guys like that in your depth, that's what wins games. That's how they're winning. And like Denver, like, yeah, they had Jokic and Jamal Murray would go in his little spurts, but like they had MPJ, they had Aaron Gordon, they had
KCP.
KCP, like they had good teams. Pacers, they had Tyrese. They had like Tyrese is like the star of the team, you'd say, but like they had Miles Turner, they had that. So there was like teams around them. The Rockets, they're slowly building, and then they traded away for KD. So like, how does that happen? The T-Wolves, I think the T-Wolves are also another team that like built a good team
Great
around
bench,
Ant.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like that's the way it's going, but unfortunately in LA doesn't believe in great teams. LA believes in stars with good role players that someday those role players may mean someone. They want someone to become the Austin Reeves. They want someone to become the Derek Fishers. They want someone to become the Lamar Odoms. They want someone to become those kind of players. Like that's what the Lakers are. So I've accepted it. Ayton's fine. I think if Ayton can get under JJ. I didn't love Hayes. They brought Hayes back, but Hayes as a backup center is way more interesting to me than Hayes as a starting center.
1,000%. Yeah.
Ayton is a real starting center. And then I saw a trade that was like Andrew Wiggins is on the block for Miami, but they want like Miami wants Dalton Connect, Rui, and 2 first-round picks for Andrew Wiggins. And I was like, what the hell just happened here? Like, and like you talk about LeBron tax, there's a Lakers tax. Like the Luka trade was like the first trade of my entire life. There hasn't been like a Laker tax. Like every LeBron trade, I feel like has always been way more than the next team was going to offer. Cause like, oh, it's Lakers. Let's make them pay more. So Lakers will be fine. They'll be a playoff team. I'm not doubting that. I don't think LeBron's going anywhere. I think LeBron's going to stay. It just depends how they handle these next 2 weeks. They lost Dorian Finney-Smith to Houston, which I think was a good player. So they basically traded D'Lo for nothing. Mm-hmm. They brought back Hayes. They signed Ayton. They got this Jake LaRivera guy from Sacramento, who I know nothing about, who's apparently not terrible. But they're going to have to find a way. And he's 40 years old. He has been durable. He has been Mr. like durable, but now it's another season on the body. How does his body handle it? Does he take more days off? How does that work? So there's certain things, and you hope that Luka comes back and because like Luka, I'm not worried about Luka because
nor am I.
The thing with Luka is like he's not great defensively. Like it's going to be very tough to fix that part of his game. But you see him shoot some of his shots, and you're like, let the guy go by you. Who cares? Like, you're incredible. But so they'll be fine. Lakers will be fine. But that's really my Lakers rant.
It's another perfect opportunity for LeBron to be in the news cycle. And though he's the puppet master of like, again, like you could have signed who knows? Like you could have maybe signed someone better if he took a pay cut. Again, he's not doing anything wrong and he earns it, but it's another 2 weeks of LeBron media cycle. So there you are, my glorious king. He got it. He got his 10 minutes on wrong side.
Exactly.
Lakers will be okay. The Bulls are horrible. They traded Lonzo. I saw a Lonzo banner in the city on Saturday, and I got sad. Bulls are horrible. Everyone needs to go. We're in the same spot we were like 3 to 5 years ago, or whenever AK first started. It's so bad. I have nothing else to say on that point. Where's Giannis going to go?
I don't know. What a move. First of all, Miles Turner going to Milwaukee, crazy. They've like
I'm pissed.
The last 2 plays.
I have tried to defend Miles Turner for so long, and for this to just
I've
happen
been
now,
such
like,
an anti-Miles Turner guy. Like it's just
I'm
like
so
that
mad.
happening was like cherry on top for me. I was like, good, like get fucking good riddance. But I don't know. Like I don't know what's gonna happen to either team because Indiana wasn't gonna be as good this year because no Hallie. So like they already had no Halliburton this year. Then Miles Turner leaves. He goes to Milwaukee, and then the stunning news that came 15, 20 minutes after he signed was they're going to waive Damian Lillard, stretch his contract, and now he's going to be a free agent. I don't know. Because then it's like, because everyone's like, oh, like who's going to get Dame? Who's going to get Dame? Don't forget, Dame also is just tore his Achilles, and he's 37 years old.
Right.
And you're almost forced, I would say, to sign Damian Lillard, whoever signs him, to a 2 to 3 year deal. You are, because he's not playing this year. I saw like a stat. I don't know if you saw it after Halliburton tore his Achilles, but like the fastest recovery of the last like 5-6 years in the NBA was like Klay Thompson and KD were near the top, but it was still like 300 and something days, 400 days. Like nobody's played the season after they tore the Achilles.
Right.
So like
no one's going to sign him now. It's then 2 year deals after that.
So like, well, I think that's what that's my point. I think someone's gonna have to sign Dame. Like, if they want to get Dame, they're gonna sign Dame to a 2 year deal right now. Like, you're committing to Damian Lillard for 2 to 3 years. Like, if the Lakers want to get him, if the Heat want to get him, I think the Heat have been all over Dame for years. They just never wanted to pull the trigger for his price.
Yeah,
and
now the Heat are in a weird position now too.
Yeah, so then is it like, are the Heat gonna spend like? And I don't know what a contract like that looks like. I do not know because no one has torn it that old. So I don't know what a contract looks like for Damian Lillard. 37, he'll be 38, coming off an Achilles tear. Like, do you offer him like 2 for 65 and then like $5 million this year and like $60 million next year? Like, how do you get that money? So I don't know. I don't know what the Bucks are gonna do. I think Giannis. I think he has 2 more years.
I think he does too. He's been funny
I think
on
it's
Twitter. He's just been like
Yeah.
furthering rumors and responding to random things, and he's a funny guy.
The gif of him like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
maybe
don't know.
he is going to the Warriors. I kind of thought it was the Rockets. Maybe
Jake
it's still
was
the Spurs.
right, maybe.
But maybe Jake. I laughed at Jake. I laughed at Jake's stupid brain when he said that back a few weeks ago. But he may be right.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, but like but then if it's someone like Giannis, like, well, what is? I mean, we just had the KD 17 trade. What the fuck is Giannis's value? What are you giving up for Giannis? Like, I don't even know.
Giannis is 30.
Okay,
I'm so tired of.
He's got 2
I don't know what
years
to think
left,
about Kevin Durant.
and then he's a player option, so there's that. And then so like Kevin Durant, yeah, he's in Houston, whatever, right? He's like honestly not even worth our time. He's fucking just he's honestly like the like not LeBron, but like he's like a worse franchise killer than LeBron. Like LeBron, like he's like
kind of
like everyone says like LeBron's a franchise killer because after he leaves you, like he leaves you with nothing. But like at the end of the day, like I'm okay if you leave me with nothing if you've like brought me a ring, and he's won a ring every place he's gone. KD has not won a ring in many places, so
it starts to look like the Shaquille O'Neal like rainbow picture in all the jerseys.
Yeah.
And like Kevin Durant's great. You're like, yeah, he's still doing it. But like 50, I think he had a 50-40-90 season in the last like 2 or 3 years, which is very impressive. Also, Kevin Durant was on LeBron's podcast with Steve Nash, and it was pretty good.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I heard it was good.
I haven't been watching it a lot lately. I liked it a lot when JJ was on it. I'm still a big JJ fan, but the Kevin Durant one was interesting. I also saw they did Luka, but Kevin Durant is still really, really good, but he's never been about like necessarily like he's like I'm just about like hooping for me. Like it's not like championship basketball. Or you got like LeBron, like he's gonna make the right basketball play. Kevin Durant probably will hit a shot that you've never seen done humanly possible before, but at the same time, it's like you can still be recognized as one of the best physically talented players to ever pick up a basketball, but like, wow, you're a pain in the ass, like pretty much in every position in his career.
Yeah. And I mean, like I saw something like, I guess I realized it, but didn't realize how little, like if you look at the numbers of like him in Brooklyn, like he literally like didn't even play with James Harden and
No, I think it was like 10, under 30.
They played like 6 to 10 games together. I like realized it was like, oh yeah, it was only like they only played like a month's worth. Like I think it's less than a month's worth.
It is. Yeah. And they were like fantastic together. They were fantastic.
Yeah, they were like, I think I saw, and they were like 7 or 8 games. They were like 7-1, like blowing everybody out. Mm-hmm. And then just done, all of them. But yeah, like I don't know what happens with Giannis. I don't know. He's won. He did like the tough task, winning in Milwaukee, winning in a small franchise, winning a ring there. But when you become a player like that, and Giannis is a great player, and I think he's a phenomenal player. He's gotten worlds better, I feel like, too. Like not to say he was ever bad, but like his defense has improved. He shoots a little better. Like he plays good defense. He's great in the paint. Those kind of people that are like that type of athlete, when they win, they want to win again. Yep. Like I remember there was like an interview with like Jeter like years ago, like when he was like young, and he was like, when I win, I just want to win again. Like I just want to get back here again. I want to be in this spot again. The best part about winning a ring is getting a chance to win the next one. Like these guys are sickos, which is like a good, like not in a like
it's a compliment. Yeah.
It's a compliment. Yeah. So like Giannis, I think is a sicko. I think Giannis is a sicko where like he like wants to get back very badly, and he thought this Dame thing worked out. And I think the Dame thing really, I think it shocked him. People are saying it's mixed, but I think it shocked him. But I don't know. NBA is fucking weird. I just don't know. I don't know. That's really like what's going on in the NBA, but like,
yeah,
it's going to be a crazy ass fucking season. I think like, just like with all the other guys.
100%. And with Tyrese is out with an Achilles injury, Jason Tatum's out with an Achilles injury. You still got to figure Casey or Kristaps Porzingis got traded. So there's
Sixers.
If there's ever a time, Joel Embiid, if you are listening, if there was ever a time to jump on the East, not that there hasn't been ample opportunity for you, big fella. Joel Embiid, if you are listening, this has got to be.
I think the Hawks are going to be good too. I think the Hawks are going to be not.
They could be back. They could be back.
But yeah, NBA is wild. MLB, Nothing's going on. Angels season officially dead. Hopefully they're sellers. Cubs have still been fun. Cubs are playing good ball.
Great
Hopefully you
ball.
get to make it out for
Gotta
some
add a
games in the
pitcher.
fall.
Gotta add a pitcher.
Gotta add a pitcher. Gotta add a pitcher.
Franchise
PCA's been great.
tying. Franchise tying 8 home runs in a game.
I saw that.
On
Michael
Friday,
Busch, I think, had 3.
Michael Busch had 3. It was so fun. Like we got Maddie's brother to give us the marquee login. We turn it on. We're just like having a couple drinks, waiting for Looney to get over here and like the rest of the weekend to get started. And it's like the second batter is Suzuki home run, like solo shot. It's like, oh wow, like okay. 10 seconds later, PCA solo shot. We're like, oh, is that a replay of the same home run? We're like, no, they just keep going. And then the Cardinals put one up with a solo shot, and we're like, oh no, maybe they're just flying today. But that was about it. It was like 11-1 was the final score. 8 home runs, hit, like 5 or 6 of them solo shots. Moose was down bad. They got one. They got it on the 4th. The Cardinals won. I think they're actually playing right now to wrap up the series. But the Cubs are still fun. Usually they skid around this time and then end up having a really anxious and stressful August to try and make a push. But they're still like 4 or 5 games up. If they could add a good pitcher, it would be game changing. I know like it'd be great if Steele's hurt this year. Shota just came back. Bullpen help is needed. But the offense is still making up for it at pretty much every chance they can. So it's good on the north side right now.
Yeah, the north side, I mean, like, obviously, like, after winning in 16, they had a couple years after that where they were good. But Chicago's a city where if that's going well, like, I mean, I know the Bears are probably the team of the city. Like, if the Bears are good, the city's good. But I would think the Cubs are a very close second.
100%, like I would think right Cubs up there.
So we're like, if the team is playing well, the city's bumping, the neighborhoods are bumping, everyone's going hard. Like, so yeah, so baseball is going well. All-Star game coming up next week. All-Stars announced. Cubs, do you know who they got?
Boyd made it for pitching. You gotta be assuming PCA is right out there in center field.
Yeah, let's see. Weather advisory. Okay, we got Matt Boyd, pitcher reserve. Is that all we got? Let's see. Let's go to my notifications. I got the roster earlier. NL All-Stars. No other hitters.
Really?
Pitchers. We got NL All-Star pitchers. We got Boyd. And the starters. I think PCA is a starter.
Kyle Tucker, PCA to start All-Star game and outfield together.
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker's so funny looking.
Yeah, so good couple. Only one Angel Classic, but he definitely deserved. Kikuchi deserved it. Can't believe I'm about to say the second sentence, but Joe Adell, I think, may have been a snub on the Angels.
Oh.
He's had a great month and a half, playing very good baseball. No Neto. Obviously, my boy Logan has struggled a lot, but that's okay. He'll get it back.
Sam Blum has been just exquisite this season. If you guys haven't listened to our interview with Sam Blum from back last year, he is hilarious. He is a great reporter, very honest about the state of the Angels. Him and Michael very much see eye to eye. So if you've appreciated Michael's Angels coverage, Sam Blum's the man.
Yeah, Sam Blum is great. Awesome. Other than that, other sports, football, any early inklings, any predictions we got going on? We got football this month, Hall of Fame games coming up 3 weeks from Thursday. Then we go right into the preseason. The Buckeyes are almost back on campus. I'd say another month before they show up on campus for practice. What do we got? Any football takes? Not much. Oh, we had the trade. I think we may have actually talked about it last week or 2 weeks. Or no, I don't know what happened, but the Minkah trade happened. Minkah for
Jalen Ramsey. Dude, the Steelers are cooked.
The Steelers were going to the Super Bowl for 10 minutes before they announced what the return was. Yeah. Like when they thought they got Jalen Ramsey, and they were like, "Oh my God, him and Minkah." But if Minkah's going back to Miami, Jonnu Smith is also going to Pittsburgh, and coming out of retirement, Darren Waller going to be the tight end of the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that one. I will be sure. We'll check back in week 8 and see if he is still on the team / hasn't retired again. Big, yeah. The Steelers are a retirement home. I think they finally break the winning season.
Okay.
They're no longer going to have a winning season. I have to say it, unless Will Howard starts, of course. In which case they're going back to the Super Bowl. But Mike Tomlin's still there. I love Mike Tomlin. I was low key trying to figure out scenarios where he was going to be the Bears coach over the last few years.
Trade him to the Bears.
Yeah, I still trust Mike Tomlin, but Rodgers, like I'm not in on Raji. The talent just isn't there. The Steelers are a retirement home with a lot of good looking names, so I think the Steelers faithful, like they'll still be out there, but they're gonna have to be in a position to blow it up here pretty soon. The AFC North is a bloodbath.
I think
contract
TJ is,
issues
still
there.
Holding out, is the rookie signed yet for the Bengals, Shamir Stewart? I don't think he has, right?
I don't think so. Did they sign Henderson?
No, haven't signed either. There's a good chance this guy goes back in the draft next year.
Not at all ridiculous. 2 hours ago, still an ongoing contract dispute for Shamar Stewart. The AFC North is a bloodbath. The Browns, if Shedeur doesn't work out, the Browns have no way out. The Bengals are going to lose 45-43 every game. The Steelers are a retirement home, and the Ravens are AFC quarterfinals, a divisional round guaranteed.
Divisional round.
Yeah, divisional round bounce to the Bills. Maybe the Bills do it this year. I don't know. I could get in on that. Josh Allen got married. Maybe that's a bump. Patriots are bad. Patriots could be good again in like 2 years. Cowboys are going to be bad. Bears, we're going to be nice to the Bears for the first few weeks of the season and let it all get worked out. We're going to be very nice to the Bears. Very nice.
It won't. The first 3 and out is going to be brutal. Your Ryan Day tweet, but Caleb Williams is going to be mean.
I can't wait for the Buckeyes to get back. Also, this was on one of my wrong sides. It was quarterback competitions heading into the year. If you have 2 quarterbacks, you have 0 quarterbacks.
You have 1. Yeah, exactly.
So I can't wait for it. I have that little pit of anxiety in my stomach when I'm thinking about it and talking about it. College Football 26.
Yep.
Is able to be downloaded. I think it comes out like the end of this week.
I think it's tomorrow.
I can't wait.
I think it's tomorrow.
Maybe we're gonna get a little download going. It's been a very busy couple months. I deserve a treat, and it's gonna be College Football 26.
Love that. Yeah, no, college football's coming out. I think we're like the 3rd or 4th ranked team. Stan I saw is 85 overall. Okay. Jeremiah is the highest wide receiver. I think Caleb's the highest defensive player. We got the coaches in it this year. No Belichick, just like Madden. I did see that, and yeah, that's really.
Belichick's been quiet lately, unless I've just been out of the loop lately.
I know. I haven't seen him.
Scary. That's almost worse.
I'm shocked the picture didn't surface this weekend on the 4th, like him and Jordan out at the beach or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's all we got for sports right now. That's our sports podcast right now.
We're looking forward to sports. A lot of thinking about sports, not a lot of watching of the sports. Time to brush off the video games. I think there's a major in a couple weeks. I think it's the British Open coming up for the golf, but a real tough couple weeks for the sports. So we're brushing off the old video games and getting some of that rolling in the meantime.
Yeah, I think we got Jake's tournament too at the end of July, the 3M in Minnesota. So that'll be going on. So he's starting to pick up, get busy, get ready for that. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're excited. Sports are almost here. A lot of hypotheticals in sports, though. A lot of hypotheticals right now in sports. We're going to do a quick ad read, though, and break for our Clutch Moment of the Week, sponsored by Shore Metals.
Our Clutch Moment of the Week is brought to you by Shore Metals, serving Southern California since 1970. Big enough to serve you and small enough to know you. See Stan. He'll help you out. Michael, who is your Clutch Moment of the Week?
Clutch Moment of the Week. Great athletes are talked about against one another. Is it LeBron? Is it Jordan? Is it Babe Ruth? Is it Jackie Robinson? Is it Shohei? Is it Gretzky? Will it be McDavid? Is it Brady? Is it Manning? Is it Mahomes? People are compared against great athletes, but there's one athlete who reigns supreme of all that they've now started comparing him not to other great athletes, but to franchises. Joey Jaws Chestnut, one of the greatest, I'd say Mount Rushmore of American athletes, arguably the GOAT of all athletics, came out after his 1 year absence at the Nathan's Hot Dog competition on the 4th, won 70 and a half hot dogs, no record, but got over 70. Came out, dominated. The rest of the field was trash. I think the second place was 43 or something. Just an embarrassment to the sport. We're going to be, when he stops, it's going to be bad. We need a new up and comer that can at least let me know the sport's in good hands. Like, when Colin Coward's like, LeBron, go ahead. We got Ben Simmons now. Like, we're good now.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody like that. So Joey Chestnut, 17th yellow mustard belt. The announcers stopped comparing him in the beginning of the coverage before he started. They were comparing him to athletes, great athletes. When he was done, they started comparing him to franchises. Celtics 18, Lakers 17, Joey 17. Like,
Ooh.
two more to go to beat the Celtics. So always a big fan. Joey Chestnut, my clutch moment.
I think if you play that over last year's July 4th episode, the way you introed that being Tiger Woods, LeBron, Brady was probably exactly the way you gave him your clutch moment last year. So it's Groundhog Day again. Joey Chestnut wins again. What is his record? 74, 76, somewhere around
76 and a half.
Oh.
76 and a half. So didn't hit it. That's all right. Still put on a show. 70 and a half.
I wonder if I don't even know what ended up happening last year of why he was not. It was
like contract disputes with because he sponsored
the whole thing made no sense.
Like, it was so dumb. Yeah, so dumb. All of it was so dumb.
And he'd be at 8. I mean, he'd likely be at 18 if he didn't do that. I don't know, if it was like him. Yeah, so that will go down, I think, as just Nathan's will probably regret that. Maybe Jaws will regret that as well. But July 4th coming up. Imagine on the 250th anniversary of America.
If he ends at 26 and he's one behind the Yankees, it's going to be really sad that he didn't have a chance to break it because he wasn't there. So
this is true. Shout out Joey Chestnut. So good clutch moment, a good layup on the 4th of July. Mine goes out to a franchise, a relatively successful franchise, the Liverpool Football Club. European soccer, not something we typically address on this show, but unfortunately, one of their players, Diogo Jota with a J, 28-year-old, passed away in a car accident over the last week or so. So very unfortunate there, and you never want to see that for anybody. But the clutch moment of the week goes out to Liverpool because in the midst of this tragedy, they have opted to pay out his remaining 2 years of his contract, totaling up to about $10 million to his family. So clutch moment of the week, we often get on ownership and athletes for how they take care of money, how they take care of people in times of stress and times of need. So it was really good to see Liverpool be on the right side of this one.
Yeah, definitely a good way of handling the family. Not unlike the same line of it, I'd say, but like the NHL draft that just happened. It's been almost a year since Johnny Gaudreau died. And Meredith Gaudreau, she announced the first round pick for the Blue Jackets. And kind of just, again, another organizational, didn't have to do all this. And they've always been in her corner. This poor kid that died, I think it was him and his brother who passed away. It's nice to see, with how much we critique ownerships, we have bad owners of our teams. It's nice to see ownerships doing things like this because it's a big deal. And players, I think, do notice it. I do think players do notice it. Players want to be with a good organization. They realize when they have bad fan bases and they realize when they have bad ownership. And to see something like the Blue Jackets and how Liverpool handle it, it's always a nice sight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So clutch moment of the week goes out to Joey Chestnut and the Liverpool Football Club. Now we will wrap it up with Outside the Line.
Wrapping it up now, Outside the Line, starting off with a tone deaf person of the week. Joey, I know you got a couple. Who do you got?
Yes, sir. I got quite a list coming up here. Some have been mentioned in this episode. Some have been mentioned in previous episodes, but been gone for a couple weeks. The summer's been busy, so felt good to get all of my enemies down on paper. So we'll go down the list as it stands here today.
Love it.
Number one, tone deaf thing of the week, artificial intelligence. It's not going well. It's not going well. We'll get into that another day. Disney movie live action remakes, Nico Harrison, all sports owners.
Which Disney one? Which was Disney one?
What
caused it? I heard bad things. Heard bad things. I was curious. I thought it was that one. I heard it was that
Nani
one,
gives her to the state. When did Ohana stop meaning family? Family means no one gets left behind, Michael. And that is just tone deaf to me.
That's what I heard. Okay. Nico Harrison,
Disney movies,
classic.
Nico Harrison, all sports owners, specifically Jerry Jones, had to put him on the list. People who use big words for no reason to sound smart, we see what you're doing, and most people don't even use them right anyways.
Yeah.
Athletes who
Right.
sports bet and get caught for it, real bad
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So
Terrible.
tone deaf.
This one this
Horribly
week was
tone deaf.
bad.
The bit, what was it? The Guardians pitcher?
Yeah, Luis Ortiz betting on
Is he
first pitch of the
convicted yet?
innings. Not
Oh
yet, but
God.
it's gonna be an open book.
Yeah, gonna be pretty open and shut there. Obvious, like, oh my God, it's so stupid. I hate stupid. Basketball player. This is from LeBron's podcast, so LeBron has added to my life in this way. Him and Steve Nash were talking about it, and players who can't flip the play to the other side just off of memory. Like, you got the clipboard, you got the 3-point line drawn, you draw up where everyone's supposed to go, and like, these are plays you run in practice all the time. And instead of just being like, oh, just everyone flip it, apparently a lot of players in the NBA can't just flip it based on their memory. I think that's very tone deaf. As someone who prides myself on the X's and O's of the game, didn't like hearing that.
Interesting. That's really bad. That's actually concerning.
Okay, that one. This one is kind of twofold. Either defensive jumping off sides or offensive false start on 3rd and 4th and 1.
Same. It's like the same. Yeah, it's like the same.
It's the same, but both ways, it just sucks. The Hall of Fame game for the NFL, we talked about it earlier. Okay. We are a month away from football, and yes, football is back, but it is barely football. So Hall of Fame NFL game. And then I did have DeAndre Ayton on the list, but we talked about that earlier. He's not necessarily a special shout out, but I wanted to make sure we talked about him, and I talked about him earlier. So that is my tone deaf people of a quick little Q2 half of the year check-in of 2025. What about you?
That was a good list. The pitcher was really bad. To be honest with you, when we were trying, before we got to this section, I was trying to remember it. That's what it was. It was that thing. So that's good that you said it, because it was so bad. Like he bet like first pitch of the third inning ball, and he threw it in like the other batter's box. Like, I mean, just like make it competitive. Just like go high and in at least. Do something. And like, it's not, you know what? Like I don't know all of the rules yet. Still, I feel like from the betting scandals for all the players who get in trouble, like I know, like obviously Jonte Porter was a big one, like Ipe was a big one. But like I don't know what the rules do state. Like I don't know what they state of like.
No idea.
Can Mike Trout really? Is he not allowed to bet on like Cowboys Eagles? Like is he like that? Cause like to me that would be ridiculous if they weren't even allowed to even like touch those games. Like if you're a major league athlete and they're like we don't want to do it, I mean you wouldn't do it. But to me that part's like okay, that's stupid. But if it's like you're betting anything in your own sport, that's where I think it's an issue. And I was saying to a friend this weekend that you work so hard. Baseball especially is such a hard sport. You work so hard. Even if you get drafted, there's not even a good percentage guarantee you're going to make it to the next level. And if you're someone who's an international player and you're signed at 16, you have to get from 16 to like 19 with nothing happening. Still got to play well. You're younger than everybody. Like throwing it away for a couple $100,000. Like it just like, I just hate seeing that. So it's very horrible. Tone deaf. But yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one. My other tone deaf was going to, oh crap. Now I forgot my other one. Oh, I do know it. My tone deaf. It's been kind of cool to see it. I said it a couple weeks ago on the pod when I moved to Boston. Like it's been weird seeing like a lot of tourists in my city, like like walking around my city. But it's summertime, and summertime in the baseball community around 12 years old means it's Cooperstown season. It's Cooperstown time. Teams go to Cooperstown. I've been to Cooperstown. I've won in Cooperstown. Jake's won in Cooperstown. Like the California teams are always hated. The Texas teams are always hated. The Florida teams are always hated by every other team that goes because we're always good. And it's kind of cool. I'm walking around the city. I'm walking to work. I'm seeing families with their kids. They have the Cooperstown hat on. They're going. I can see them. They have their gloves walking around the city because just like my family did when we were 12. And when Jake was 12, we would go to New York and we went to Boston once. We hit it before we went. And you kind of loop in a trip. So it's a fun moment. Best moment. Like, you know, when we won, it was awesome. Like I went, it was fun. My buddies and I, like, we still joke about it. Like, those moments, like as a baseball player, like you dream of that. That's like the pinnacle of travel ball baseball, in my opinion, at 12 years old.
Yeah. All my friends grew up, they went to Cooperstown too. I remember the hat vividly.
Yeah. So the tone deaf part of it though was in the news this week. I don't know if you may have seen it. All over like baseball, like news accounts I follow. And it was in the New York Post. It was in I don't know if it was in the Wall Street Journal, but it was in like a big time news outlet. 2 coaches of a team got hammered one night, and they went to one of the fields, and they went streaking. 2 coaches went streaking on the field one night after games in the middle of the week. The team was kicked out. The 2 adults got in trouble. Got to deal with the law. The team did not get to finish their week. Like the players did not get to finish their week. Got kicked out of the barracks. Team was done. And those 2 guys ruined it for everybody. Fucking idiots.
Do you know how old they were?
The
coaches?
I don't know. I sent it to my mom. I said it's like youth baseball coaches fired after streaking in front of kids at upstate New York tournament. 2 youth baseball coaches have been fired after they were filmed stripping naked and streaking at the tournament. Here's where the tournament was. One of the coaches, bearing it all, slides headfirst into home plate, and as children stand around the field. And my mom texted me back.
There were kids there?
Yeah. My mom texted me back and said, I sent this to Dad and Eric Scott, who were my brother's coaches. So my dad helped coach Jake's team. He was one of the assistants. And then my dad's friend, who was the head coach. I sent this to Dad and Eric Scott yesterday, thanking them for not doing it. I also sent this to Coach Jason, who was my coach. Coach Jason also got it and couldn't believe it. So yeah, very tone deaf. One of the craziest fucking things ever. Ruining it for everybody. Just terrible.
That is maybe one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I would be like, travel baseball is very serious. I would guess, like, if you told me, like, people got in trouble streaking at Cooperstown, I'd think, okay, like, maybe someone's 22-year-old older brother was on the trip too. But I would get, like, if these people are over, like, 25 years old, I would be shocked if they had fully developed frontal lobes and made that decision. But they probably aren't. They're probably older because of how serious, like, travel ball is taken. So they're probably going to end up on a sex offender list if you're doing it in front of kids. Like, that is the craziest, dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And you think about it, 12 years old, 12 years old, like your parents have to be almost 40-ish, you could guess. Like, so like, yeah, bad. Funny enough, the Cooperstown drama, it's like very like normal. I feel like, I don't know if I ever told you my story. I'll say it real quick, but basically when I was 12 years old in my team, I've been there since I was 10, great group of kids, great family. Cooperstown is very expensive, even for families. So a lot of teams fundraise. The guy who ran our organization of my travel ball team, he was like running the organization. It was like 3 teams, like 2 12-year-old teams, an 11, a 13. And about January, I think, the tournament's in June. So like the travel ball season was like halfway through-ish. He stole all our money and like left and like took our money, lost it all the money we had fundraised. Our team had like no money fundraised now. We were 5 months away. Like deposits were already booked. Like didn't have the money. So like we kept raising the money, got it raised more. Like parents like went after this guy. Like my mom sent an awesome email that like I could have her send it to you. I bet you it's like somewhere in our house.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad. But
that's horrible. So. The travel community, I didn't do a lot of travel growing up. Like I did like maybe some like kind of like select lacrosse teams. Like I didn't play baseball that like long into childhood, but baseball culture is insane.
And it's gotten really bad, like really bad to the sense of like I started playing travel ball when I was 10 years old. And my dad heard about this team. We got invited by a kid I played Little League with. His mom was like, you guys should come play with us. Come sub for our team this weekend. So my dad and I drive out like 45 minutes to this like scary little town with fields. And I played well. And they were like, do you want to come back and be on our team? And I was like, sure. Like, I love playing baseball. I want to play baseball. Like, you know, and I played both. I did Little League in the spring. I did travel ball in the fall. I did baseball all year round. And
yeah,
that was like, travel ball was getting big, and it was obviously a little bigger before me, but like normal level. You know, played through high school too. In the off seasons when high school was in, you play with your travel ball team. And then Jake started playing travel ball, and I remember Jake started playing travel ball. His team, I think Jake was 7 when he joined his first team.
Wow.
And I was so young, and we were at a tournament. I remember it so specifically that we went to watch him, and there's always at this one place called Big League Dreams with these fields, there's always like the middle entrance and there's always the brackets of each tournament. So like the 10-year-old bracket, the 11-year-old, whatever. There was a bracket for 5-year-old travel ball.
Oh my
and my
God.
mom was like, these parents, she's like, I know we're bad too, because this is 7. Like I'm already like, my mom didn't love that Jake was playing travel ball so early. She's like, these parents who are putting their kids in 5-year-old, like they should be CPS, like child protective services.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And like now the travel ball has gotten so bad where like, you know, it's expensive to play travel ball, but like it's full on like pay to play now. Like their teams are fit. I mean, like 12-year-old teams where you don't really need that many people. Your arms are young. You're a young player. Like teams are 25 people because teams are just collecting bills and like no one's
Yep.
playing and they get all this gear. So it's a sickening. It's a bad. It's turned in a bad way. But yeah, that's
100%.
my tone deaf. So maybe
Yeah,
just
that's a
travel
good one.
sports. But it was the people in Cooperstown.
That's absurd. Okay. We'll flip it over. Right side. Who's going first? You?
Yeah, I'll do my right side first.
Okay.
Right side, nothing too crazy, like fun week off. If you can see, I'm just wearing my it was a small right side, but it was just good to know when days are going tough. I'm wearing my 2024. I was wearing it out. I had to run some errands, so I was wearing it shirt. And I got in the elevator to come upstairs. And I got in the elevator to come upstairs, and just like another couple got in the elevator with me. And this guy's like staring at my shirt. He's like, "Oh, Ohio State?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Congratulations." I was like, "Oh, thank you." I was
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's one of my right sides, Ohio State. And then the other one was from lunch. It's a small one, but it was like the topic of conversation was wrong side, but the moment was right side because we were talking to, we had lunch with the Vespies. They were in town. So we had lunch and I was talking to Jenna and I was meeting Jenna's boyfriend for the first time. And we were telling him a story about when we went to Ann Arbor and they lost our senior year. And we were telling him the story and Jenna and I were both like so animated, getting into it, doing all this. And she was like, that just sounds, he's like, what a horrible day. Like, we were saying like, oh, people were drunk. It sucked. The drive home sucked. And Jenna and I like audibly like, at the same time, like, just like whatever. Like, so that was like the conversation topic was wrong side. And then we're both like looking that way and we're all like talking, just like, can't believe we lost that game. And like come around the corner, a guy wearing an Ohio State shirt, just it was like heaven. Like God came down and like sent the message, like, don't worry, you're still, it was like so funny because Jenna and I were like, holy shit, what a sign. Like what a sign to pick us up when we're reminiscing about the bad days. It's just the Ohio State logo. So Ohio State right side filled. So those are my right sides.
I need more Buckeye back in my life. I can't wait for football season. I OH pretty much whenever. My mom loves doing it too.
Same.
It'll always be right side.
And the Reds were in town to play the Red Sox this week. When we went, there was so much like Buckeye gear. I was OHing everybody. Like, just I love that. Like, I knew it was Fenway, but I was OHing everybody.
Good, biggest alumni network of anywhere. So OH.
Yeah, IO.
All right.
That's my right side, though. How about you?
My right side is another list to kind of start bringing us home. Number one on the list, again, we're being very nice. Number one on the list is Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams' right side has been a Bear through and through, and we're really looking forward to his second year. Having a hobby is also a right side. I still need a hobby, but I'm starting to find some hobbies, and I enjoy that. Day drinking, always a right side. I'm more of a day drinking guy than a night drinking guy myself. Joe Rogan, been listening to more podcasts lately and been getting some Rogan on in my life. Maybe that is why I am the way I am now, a little changing a little bit, but enjoy growing the mind a little bit. John Wall, one of the biggest what ifs in sports history. I wish my boy stayed healthy. I'm a big John Wall fan. John Wall, very right side. Rajon Rondo, in a similar vein, one of my favorite players of all time, but not necessarily rated that way. Rajon Rondo, you are one of my right sides. 4th of July is my favorite holiday, so had to put the 4th of July on the list. Paige Beckers doing her thing in the W so far, so shout out Paige Beckers on the right side. Jeremiah Smith, Caleb Downs, the Buckeyes, like you said, they are right side. Living in the suburbs, I love nothing more than the 4th of July. We went to like the local festival that's got like the Ferris wheel and the stupid carnival rides, and there was Plain White Tees played one of the days, which is kind of wild. Went with like Maddie's family, my family. Good, like I think those concerts are one of the, if you're at a bar, like there's no like kids or like old people. Like it's all people in a certain kind of age acting all pretty much the same, but at those things, when there's just a beer tent, you got people from probably 18 to 65 drinking. You got toddlers running around in wagons. And I think that it is really the American dream right there. So the suburbs and the 4th of July together, they make a good right side there. Fruits and vegetables, been eating more fruits and vegetables lately, and that's been going real well. Love Island, been watching a lot of Love Island lately. It's also on my wrong side to kind of jump the gun there. It's really, it's something.
Are you watching with Maddie or by yourself?
Well, I will never watch that by myself. So Maddie and I will watch it, but I'll typically just like, something will be interesting, and then something disgusting and appalling will happen, and I'll shrug and I'll start playing video games, and then come back when I hear something interesting happen. So I have a healthy relationship with Love Island, which is why it's on my right side and my wrong side list. I put man coverage on the list just because, hell yeah, I love a little man-to-man action. College football 26 in that same vibe there. Weddings are very much going on in my life lately. Was at an engagement party a couple weeks ago. Earlier today, Maddie and I looked at a wedding venue. Who knows? We could be signing papers here in the next couple weeks. So life happens pretty fast. Weddings are very fun though. Couple more here. We're wrapping it up. Sharing passwords with friends for streaming services. Someone recently signed in on their Apple TV account on our TV, and I started watching the show Stick, and I love that.
I'm a couple episodes in. It's not bad. I haven't finished it, but I'm a couple episodes in.
I'm like 4 episodes in, and I think it's only 1 season right now, so I'm definitely going to keep
watching. If you got Apple TV, you should just start ripping all the shows. There's some good shows.
Oh, yeah. There's some good stuff. There's some good movies. Apple TV, it's one I was looking at for a while, and I don't have Netflix anymore because it was through my parents and like password sharing and all that stuff. So shout out Apple TV right now. Good movies in general. The movies are on my right side. July is going to be a big month. Superman comes out this week. Fantastic Four in a couple other weeks. A good year of movies. F1 is getting some good reviews so far. And my final right side is Tiger Woods because he's the man.
Love that. Great one. Love that. That was a great list. A lot of great lists. We'll wrap up now. Wrong side. Not much. Busy season is a wrong side coming up. And I'm actually going to shout out the wrong side I just got sent to me from my manager back at home. Look who it is. Confirmed golf guy at LAX. It was Jim Harbaugh. That just got sent to me. So that's not good. I can't believe you just sent me that. Really ruined my vibe. But wrong side, yeah, nothing much. Wrong side is not seeing Meg right now. That's been tough. Busy season and broke. That's my wrong sides. How about you?
Those are fairly reasonable wrong sides. At least nights are done in a couple weeks, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Back to another list here. We'll try and skip some of the more peripheral ones. First and foremost, LinkedIn is wrong side, just not the vibe lately. ESPN, WNBA media discourse, the Cleveland Browns, stadiums in the suburbs, though I understand the economics and we could go back and forth on it. But if you're going to be called the Chicago Bears, I'm thinking you should be in Chicago. However, they will be right down the street from me if that were to happen. So we'll talk about that later. Fishing, I talked about that earlier. I can't fish for my life. Staying out late, talked about that, my right side. The OSU Natty versus Alabama, where Devontae Smith just ran past all of our white linebackers to the tune of like 4 million yards.
I just saw a replay of that.
I didn't even watch the second half of that game. I was so upset. Very wrong side. There's plenty of other Ohio State games, but that one I've been thinking about lately. Legacy media in general, just had to put that on the wrong side list. Angel Reese, Love Island, the prices of weddings. The prices of weddings are tough. Weird Uber drivers. We had a really weird Uber driver over the weekend. And yeah. So my final wrong side here is going to be that for the foreseeable future, this is my final episode of the Wrong Side podcast with Michael and Joey. We didn't talk about it earlier. We wanted to have a good victory lap and kind of leave it for the end. So I haven't necessarily prepared how this will go, but I just first want to say thank you to Michael and Jake. This has been something that I've been very proud of over this last year. There hasn't been, aside from sports where you're doing it with a team, you got coaches, you got practice, you're told what to do versus kind of creating something. This is probably something that I've dedicated some of the most effort and time of my entire life. Like we've talked about how this is kind of like the story of us getting out of college, going into our 20s. And we've talked about this before too, that up until college and even a lot of the way through college, that you're pretty much told what to do. You jump to the next grade. You're with all your peers. Like life is pretty defined for you. And then you would get to adulthood and your job isn't what you thought it was, and work's a little harder. Money's a little tighter than you thought it would be. There's the world we live in is not the kindest place these days. There's a lot to consider and a lot that's out of your control. So to have a couple hours a week with one of my best friends, Michael Sharber, over here to really talk about things we enjoy, try and focus on some of the little things in life. It's been great. I think for both of us, it's been very, very important in our time out of college. We went from really just sitting here not knowing what to do. We'd talk on the phone. I think I'm way closer with you than I ever thought we would be, like the year before we graduated. So we would talk after we went home after that semester. We didn't know what to do. Work was slow. We were living at home, and now Meg is in residency. We're living with our girlfriends. Maddie and I are looking at wedding venues, and it's only been a year. So if that's not something to show you that life can move pretty fast, I don't know what is. But it's been so fun, and really, there's no reason. Like, Michael and I are still going to be really good friends. This isn't anything more than just it's time to move on. I think I'm a lot busier being closer to family. Wedding doesn't even need to be fully explained. That obviously takes up a lot of time. So it's a grind. It's something that I think we learned a lot from. There are things I think we would have done differently moving through this. There's a lot I think we would have stayed the same as. So thank you, Michael. Thank you to Jake, who will be stepping in for some time here. But for now, that's going to be what you guys hear from me. I plan on checking back in with Ohio State football news, helping out Michael and Jake when I can. But it's been a ride. As always, all good things must come to an end. So for the moment, here's where we are.
Yeah. This conversation with Joey and I kind of started a couple weeks ago. We were trying to find the right way to do it. Unfortunately, with something like this, there's no right way of doing it. It's not fun. It's not exciting. It's not, not ideal when you were like talking about it in the moment. Like, I think when Joey brought it up to me, it was just a long week at work and I was just really busy and hadn't seen Meg the first couple of days. And he was like, hey, I kind of want to talk to you about something before we start recording. And we started talking and he told me, and, it was like a bummed out way of hearing it, but not in an anger way, or like didn't like hear his side. And there was no like rift between us where it's like, oh, we're not, we're not call her daddy, but there was no call her daddy rift that ended it where we fucking are going to hate each other after this. But yeah, life moves on and we learned a lot. I think, I'll get into it in a sec, what the future holds for Wrong Side. But it's been a year, about 63 episodes Joey and I did, pretty consistent. An average podcast doesn't go more than 5. We've obviously gone in highs and lows, and we've had the fun moments of Jake Marsh and Sam Blum and some, college athletes and just some of our friends. We had Matt and Dave and sibling episode. I know the family episode and vacation episodes are fun, and there's been a lot of highs. And, when Joey and I took part in this and we started doing this, and we're obviously in a little over a year now, up until other than holidays, I want to say up until probably about when Joey moved in with Maddie, when we just we're like, let's take a break. We're moving. Like, we took like a month, 2 months, or like not even a month, like 3 weeks, I think it was. Yeah. We took like a 3-week break. That was our first non-holiday break the entire time we ran. There was never anything else. It was just a week, and we're consistent. We did it. We worked for it. And I know we're not Barstool Sports. We're not on a crazy platform, but you guys were still listening and we were getting views and it was fun. And it was something like Joey said, we got home from college and we, we're 60 episodes in. It's not a long time. We're a little over a year into doing this. When we started this, we were both living at home. And when Joey's taking his way out, like when he's leaving, he's living with his girlfriend. I'm living with my girlfriend. Joey's been in 2 apartments since we started. I'm in obviously now across the country from home. It's just time is different. And I think it's been great. Joey was great. I hope that you guys enjoy when it was us doing it every week and the fun interviews and the funny stories. And, Joey we wanted to go out on a fun note. That's why Joey had so many like crazy takes at the end and crazy people in his list, but it's been great. And there were never a bad time. And, there were days and weeks where Joey and I were at work and we would just text about the pod or like, hey, it's just been a long week. We didn't talk. And when we would spend an hour and a half, 2 hours bullshitting and recording, it was 2 of the best hours of the week for me.
100%.
And it was fun and it was awesome. And there's no like animosity, there's no anger that this is a potential new chapter of Wrong Side, but it's been fun. It's been great. And Joey's going to be great. Joey's stepping away to do some other stuff. And that's going to be okay. And that's going to be great. And yeah, for the future Wrong Side, Joey kind of mentioned it real quick that Jake obviously has stepped in. He's been our bench guy, 6-man, when Joey and I are not here. It's going to be Jake and I for a little bit. I don't know all the logistics yet. It's been a 2-week period of figuring it out. That was also part of the reason we didn't have a July 4th episode, was for Jake and I to talk a little bit. I don't know where we go. I don't know if it's going to be every week. I don't know if it's going to be once a month. I don't know if it's going to be different stories. I don't know if this is going to be here to come next July 4th. But it's still going on for now. And it's something I like doing. And obviously Joey likes doing it too. It just, things get busy. People get busy. There's no issue there. And it's going to be good. Jake is fun. Jake is younger. We're going to get some different minds. I think we're going to hit the college life. Jake and I might try to get back to that original point of like college, being in college, being right out of college, talking with that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's a little different. It's different. But I'm happy for the time. It's, what is it? Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. But it's been good. A lot of sports talks. Not many people, I think, can say they started a podcast, a sports podcast especially, and in the first year had their team win a championship of any kind. Yeah. So got to put ourselves in a rare class there. But yeah, it's been a good ride. It has been fun, and hopefully you guys still stick around and have a good time.
Yes, sir. It's been fun. We'll still be here. The Ohio State Network is still strong. Thank you to everyone who listened. Thank you to everyone who we interviewed and enjoyed us. Thanks to Moose, who was our graphics guy for a little bit. The guys who wrote articles for us, Bino, Moops. The Wrong Side Network is still very strong. This all started from our college friends in a group chat. That's how we got our name, was the Wrong Side group chat. And then you could start playing the Green Day Time of Your Life montage at this point, but we had a dynasty league with my home friends, Michael's home friends, the Ohio that spanned the whole country. We've had great interviews. We've had a ton of support from our friends and family. So this is something that I am extremely proud of. So thank you everyone.
Yeah. Thank you everyone. The Green Day montage, the Seinfeld clip show is what I always think of, but, yeah, it's been a great ride from hi, we're Michael and Joey, and we're starting a podcast, to the Moops first interview that was 3 hours long, to Jake Marsh, to meeting the Barstool guys, to the Rose Bowl, to the Northwestern trip, to Jake going to other things. I don't think we're going away forever. I don't think we're going away, at least my side of it. We're going to still be doing episodes. Hope to, I promise more interviews. It's just tough. We goes in waves, and, you don't realize that. And Joey and I have talked about it. We've had some good runs of months or two, and then we go on a lull just by like success rate of emailing. And it's tough, man. And in today's day and age to go in something to this, a lot of people don't like him. He is still one of the people I respect the most. Dave Portnoy, he worked his ass off. It's tough to build a media empire. It's tough to do something like that. But it's been a great time, great memories. The friendship is still going to be everlasting. Joey and I will still talk. Joey will be on, I bet, here and there in the fall, like when he has time. Like, Joey will never go away fully. Like, we would never hear from this kid again. He falls off the face of the earth. But yeah. That was our massive announcement. I don't think a lot of people knew that coming in. It'll be funny when my parents listen to it because I didn't tell them. I told Jake. But yeah, it's been a hell of a ride.
It has been. I trust Michael Sharber with my whole being. Kid's a stud. I've trusted him since his first student conduct case as our fraternity president back in school, and I'll trust wherever he takes his life from there. So it's not goodbye. It's see you later. But for now, stay blessed.